What's going on, everybody? This is my new M2 competition 2021. Picked it up about 2 weeks ago and I've already put about 1,300 miles on it and just got done with the break-in service, so I'm able to actually drive the car now and be able to experience and drive and do all that. We'll be going over all the details and all the specs about this here car. It is in the Hockenheim silver. It looks blue, looks white, looks gray. It's a mix of all colors. Alright, first thing I want to talk about are the wheels. I don't know which wheel this is. I think it's 783M maybe. But right behind those wheels are massive carbon ceramic brakes. Those things are glorious. Even on the back, they're huge. The backs are bigger than the fronts on my Focus. It's crazy. But one neat thing about these wheels, they got optioned with the spinners. I got the spinners on the Beamer. Then moving on back here, I got the carbon little duckbill lip thing, and that's about the only carbon that's on the car right there. Came very bare. Eventually I'll do like a skirt there, maybe new wheels, maybe some gold wheels, maybe. Then we'll do a carbon lip up here as a must. We're gonna have to do that. Then I'll probably do carbon mirror caps just to make some more sense with the carbon fiber. I just got the windows tinted. It is the Ceramic Pro Kavaka tint. I'm not sure how it's really pronounced, but 35% on the windows. Then we went with Ceramic Pro Ceramic on the rest of the paint, and then on the full front I went with a Suntech Clear Bra, and it goes from the front bumper to right here to the mirror caps, the full hood, so there's no little janky little line, and then I did the headlights with the clear too. Moving on to the interior, we're going to go into one of my favorite spots, the trunk. The trunk on this thing is massive. As you can see, I got 2 lawn chairs, a hat, 2 hats, a little nickel board, backpack, gloves, waters, my owner's manual and all that stuff, and some masks because it's 2021, you know, COVID and stuff. Then we're going to move on to the interior. Listen to the door open. Yeah, it's a beefy door. Go ahead and close that. And then don't worry about this. I put that on there for me to not roll the windows down. Then the interior is pretty basic. I'm going to go ahead and start the car. Got the classic Beamer chimes. The auto is actually pretty neat. You can select your temperature, and then you can also change the fan speed. So that's one thing when I was looking at reviews about the car, that was one thing that I didn't see anyone mention. So one of the first things that people see when they get in the car, when I was showing it off, is these actually light up. Let me open the door. I guess not. At night they light up. Then
laser alert.
Well, now that we're here, this is my mounting location for my radar detector. Everything I see online is about, everyone does a blend mount. But to me, I figured it was a little too low, so I wanted it higher, so I mounted it there. Eventually I'll get a mirror tap That way the cord's out of the way. But that's that. Then let's hop in the back seat. So getting in the back seat's fairly easy. If you reach back, there's this little tab. It kind of feels like you're gonna break it, but you won't. So then these little buttons right here, for when you're getting in the back, you can move it forward and back. They only move when the seat's up. And there's quite a bit of room back here. I mean, I wouldn't want to ride back here for an extended period of time, but I mean, if you're desperate, you're desperate. Little kids are a little better suited back here. One thing I do like to note is these back windows. Even though it's a small car, these windows are massive. Every single window on this car is massive. And then one thing right here, get the headrest, press the button, and it folds back so you can see a little bit more up the rear view mirror. So, but this car does have the blue stitching, and on the seat belts you can see the red and blue. And yeah, now let's go into the sound of this car. So I'm gonna show you what it sounds like when you start it up. The initial start, I believe the valves are open, just for cold starts and regular starts, because it's always like super loud with that. And then I'll show you how the valves work. So right now it's in comfort mode or efficient. So the valves are closed, and I'll give it a few revs with the valves closed. And then to get the valves to open, you can either come over here on the center console and use the motor button, or you can just have, if you have it set, M1 set to whatever you like, you can get it set to sport. And then once you give it a little bit of gas, it opens the valves. It's quite a noticeable difference. I'll go ahead and close the valves. I'm gonna rev it up and close the valves. So that's how the valves work. So now we're inside the car driving. It's fairly quiet for what it is. It's a super quiet car. If you can't tell, the valves are actually open right now at 50 miles an hour, 1500 RPMs. I'm gonna go ahead and go to efficient mode, so it'll close the valves and make it quieter.
Did you do it?
Yeah.
No.
So just listen, and I'll open it back up. You can kind of hear it.
Yeah.
But you also, one thing you can do is the sport displays. So it'll show you horsepower and torque. So if I go ahead and downshift here. So that's a quick way to see if you're actually doing 400 horsepower. So,
Does it say 480?
because
This thing will make 480.
yeah. Downhill. Downhill, it actually makes 20% more horsepower. I don't know if 20% is 480, but yeah. So
Yeah, it is.
is it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, bro. I'm just Then another thing I want to talk about is the speedometer. I don't know about anyone else that drives one of these cars, but I cannot read that. I don't know what it is, if I'm just dumb or something, but I cannot read that. So, but the little screen area, you got the oil temp, just mileage, trip meter, then you got distance to empty. I'm about to run out, so about to go fill up. Then it shows you what you're currently getting, and then shows your speed. I prefer the speed because this car is a little too fast. It's scary sometimes, so yeah. Then one click of the traction control button puts it in MDM mode. MDM is like BMW's dynamic stability control. So it'll let the car slide a little bit, but so hopefully the valves are a little bit more noticeable now once I go on the hill. So 70 miles an hour. It's in 7th gear at 2 grand. I'll go ahead and go. This says valves open, valves closed. It's when the car's under a load at a higher RPM, that's when the valves are a little bit more noticeable. Because when I first got the car, I didn't really know if the valves were actually on this car, if it even did anything like that. But it turns out it does. So yeah, this is my new whip, the 2021 M2 competition. There's gonna be a lot more videos coming about this car. I got a few things I want to do to it within the warranty, of course. Just make it super clean, cool looking, classy, but cool looking Beamer. Thank you.